We're talking rights or access to justice. Have we all got equal rights when it comes to justice? They say it in the books, but in reality, is that what exists? My guest is lawyer Maurice Ampao, and he is the boss at the Legal Rights Advocacy Foundation. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning, my sister.
Yeah. So we're talking about right to access justice. Everybody has got a right to access justice, but do we all have that access to that justice?
Yeah, I think that that right to justice is not a privilege. It's grounded in law. If you look at Article 125 of our current constitution, it says justice emanates from the people. It means that the people know what is just and fair. It is inborn. And once, yes,
the people know what is
just and fair.
Really?
Yes.
But when the policeman comes to arrest you?
You see, for the word go, you know what is just and fair. And justice is something that everybody have. We do judge ourselves. We do take decisions on our own. That's the ability to judge ourselves. So this justice is grounded in the Constitution, and it says that it shall be administered in the name by the Republic, by the judiciary. So what has happened is that we've entrusted the administration of justice to the judiciary, and then the stakeholders, lawyers, and those who help in administration of justice in the country. So everybody has that constitutional right to access justice, and you can only access justice at two places: at the traditional courts, and then also non-traditional courts, because you can go to court and access justice. You can go to the chief palace and access justice. You can also go to ADR, alternative dispute resolution, and access justice. So you can access justice everywhere, and that is what we should know. That it's not only a court that gives justice, but everywhere.
But if you talk about fair justice,
you are talking about, you know, apart from the court, any other place where you get justices, they don't have the final judicial power. Final judicial power means that they don't have what it takes to enforce that decision. But the court has what we call final judicial power. It makes decisions and then it has the ability to enforce it. So that is exactly what we mean. So you can go to any forum in the church, they administer justice. Because when there are disputes, there are mechanisms to resolve the disputes. At our workplaces, we administer justice. We take administrative decisions and we ensure that justice is done. So when you want to enforce those decisions, then you go to the court. So the court has become the formal way of assessing justice, and that is where the challenge is now. Okay.
So let's take it this way. When the policeman comes in to arrest you, you know the things that we hear in movies, what they read to them, I'm arresting you for this and this and that. Anything that you say will be used and blah, 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 blah in a court of law. Does the same thing apply to if you're arrested locally here? I mean, when the police come in to arrest you, what should they be telling you and what should you ask?
You see, our problem with our society now is that a majority of our people don't know the law and their rights. And let me tell those who don't know the law and their rights, they will be exploited. You see, the police is an institution. Creation of the Constitution. It has rules and regulations. So if you're able to read the Constitution, and then you know the duties, the do's and don'ts of the police, and then you have access to their regulations, then the policeman is not there to threaten you. The policeman is a friendly man. In fact, I rather think that members of society should be more comfortable with the police than the military. Because the military...
No, but it's the other way. It's more of the other way.
Yes, because we are indisciplined. We are not law-abiding. You see, we are not law-abiding, so we make the work of the police.
Are you putting the whole blame on us?
Yes.
Because the policeman also comes to arrest you and he won't tell you why he's arresting you. All he's saying is, when we get to the police station, you will know.
You know, you must know your
position. Is that right?
It's not right. It's not right. Under constitutional provisions, any arrest must be lawful. You can have unlawful arrest and a lawful arrest. Now, lawful arrest is let the person know the offense. You are arresting the person for what purpose? In the language that he understands. That's what the Constitution says. So tell the person that you are being arrested for A, B, C, D. In the language that he understands, then you effect the arrest. And you do it in a civilized manner. You don't use force brutal force or intimidation or assault. So I think that when it comes to citizen arrest too, the citizen can arrest if a crime is committed in your presence, and that one too is dangerous, because if you don't know what constitutes a crime and then you go and arrest, you'll be charged for unlawful arrest, or somebody can sue you for unlawful arrest. So when it comes to the issues of justice, it is up to the citizen to know more about his or her rights, and also know more about the laws governing institutions. For the judiciary, how many of our people know how the setup of our judiciary, the hierarchy of the judiciary?
What should we know about it?
You should first read more about the judiciary under the constitution. Know what the judiciary stands for, who makes up the judiciary, who is a judge, who is the chief justice, who is the superior court, what do they stand for, who is a lawyer, and how do you interact with the court, where do you file processes. All these things must be taught in school, should be part of our civil education, so that people will not entertain fear when you go to the court. There are people who when they go to the court, there's this phobia. You see, until the election petition was made live, when we had a live telecast of the Supreme Court decision, there are so many people who have never seen a Supreme Court judge before. You see, and that should not be the case. So we should ensure that people have confidence and access to the court. The court is an open place where everybody can go.
Yeah, except that you can't behave like you would when you're sitting in your own home, because some of the things that you do could be construed as contempt.
Yeah, you see, when you understand what we call the open court rule, where the court is open to all, let me tell you something about the court. You see, the judges there and the lawyers appearing are administering justice on our behalf. So they are accountable and responsible. That's what you have to know. They are not above the law. They are not thin gods. They are administering justice on our behalf. So when you know the how to comport yourself, one, the court is open to all. You have access to the court. You go there and then you show respect. You obey rules and regulations. You go and then articulate. You don't go and show that you are more powerful than the judge, or you go and chew chewing gum, or you go and then you go and cross your leg.
You can't cross your leg in the courtroom.
You should not be doing that in the courtroom.
But you want to be yourself.
No. You see, the judge at the court has power. So don't go and sit in the court as if you are in your office. Cross your leg and then start reading Daily Graphic. And then the ladies cry. Ladies too, if a judge is sitting down there and doing case, you don't look into the eyes of the judge and start.
Oh, really?
Yes. Start giving the judge some eye. You are detracting the judge. All those things are nuisance in the courtroom, and the judge can tell the policeman, "Please walk out." So you go and you behave properly. A gentleman.
Okay. So for how long? I want us to come back to the police station. How long can you be arrested and be kept at the police station?
I think right now it's strike knowledge that 48 hours is the maximum the police must prepare you to the court. But this provision is even being abused by the police these days. Do you know what they do? With the connivance of those who want to teach you a lesson, they intentionally arrest you Friday, around 6. Keep you Friday,
then
Saturday, Sunday,
because it's a weekend.
And then some of them, the Monday, they now take your statements.
But that's not right.
But they want to punish you. What can you do?
But what can, because we're talking justice here, what can you do as an individual?
You see, it will cost you money to take the police on for violating your constitution, because then you either have to go to court, the human rights court, and invoke that provision that says that, look, your constitutional rights have been abused because you have been kept for more than 48 hours.
But when the law said you cannot be kept for more than 48 hours, was it specific in terms of on weekends and weekdays?
Yes, we don't work. The court don't sit and work on weekends, so normally we supply that one. That's why they take you Friday.
But should we begin to look at that particular law or clause again? Yeah, because in emergency cases, there's a Saturday court, for instance.
Yes, definitely. You see, what the police can do is, if they want to help you, they can grant you bail Saturday and even Sundays. They can grant you bail.
So it's just their own prerogative.
I'm saying that with the connivance of people who want to show you we're allies. People who think that, look, they have money, they want to deal with you, so they will first even cause your arrest and get you to the police station Friday evening. And then some of them, when bench warrants have been issued for your arrest to the court, they will go and arrest you Friday evening. And then they will tell the court is closed. And then they will keep you at the police station Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Some of them Tuesday before they send you to court. You see, it's up to the judges, the courts, to begin to stamp their authority on these abuses, that the investigators and those who are supposed to ensure that the right thing is done upheld the rights of others are held accountable and responsible.
What's the difference between you being invited by the police and you being arrested?
Arresting is a serious thing. It's a serious thing, because arrest means that your liberty has been taken away from you. You are under the custody and control of the police. They decide whether to grant you bail or not, based on the kind of allegation that they are. But invitation is invitation. You can choose not to go. Invitation,
okay.
Yes, invitation. If the police invites you, you can say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in your invitation.
Okay, but then they have the next move, that is to arrest you.
Yeah, definitely.
But should the arrest be based on something?
Yes, definitely. Arrest should be based on you committing an offense, or they have a suspicion that you are likely to commit offense. You see, the police can arrest based on suspicion. And then also when they want to prevent crime. So they can also arrest when they want, in your own interest, that, look, you ought to be arrested in order to save you from any attack or this thing, mob action, and kept you. So arrest should be based on suspicion and then committing an offense. And that is exactly what normally happens. But what you need to do is that with invitation, you see, when the police invites you, it's an opportunity. Like they invited me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what came into mind also, they invited Kofi Juma in Kumasi, but then the invitation changed into an arrest.
Yeah, Kofi Juma's own is quite different. Kofi Juma's own, they showed him respect, because it's alleged that they have
he's assaulted someone.
So with them going, in fact, they went to there to cause his arrest, but he was not there. So they left a message that come to the police station. That's not invitation.
Oh.
They want you to voluntarily submit yourself.
Okay, so that's another form of arrest.
Yes, it's a form of arrest, because then they are telling that they want you, and they will state the reason why they want you, and you know that if it's an alleged criminal offense, then it's better you go and submit yourself, or else if you fail to do so, they can go to court and ask for warrant of arrest, or they can arrest you openly.
Okay, so let's come back to police has arrested me. They have not told me why they are arresting me. What can I do?
It's an unlawful arrest, and you can quickly take the necessary steps.
But you see, right there and then, it is you and the police, and they are arresting you. They are not telling you why they are arresting, but they are carrying you away. What can you do?
What you can do is that you don't resist. If you can, in a minimum way. It has happened in so many criminal cases where the police goes in and say that, look, my meets a person and said that my boss wants to see you at the police station, and the guy says I'm not interested, and the police decided to cause the arrest of the person, and the person resisted arrest and tore the uniform of the police.
Ooh.
The police then took the matter to court, charge him for obstruction arrest, and the court said no, he has not obstructed arrest because your arrest was unlawful. You did not. You went there and told him that he's being invited. An invitation you can decide not to go. So for him to resist, he was doing what we call minimum resistance, because you were trying to violate his right, and he was trying to do what we call self-defense. So if you have torn your uniform, now who cause harm? Because you were doing an act which is unlawful, which is an illegality, violation of his constitutional right, and therefore he has the minimum. But it's not to say that people should use that means to resist the police.
Okay, so do not resist is what you're saying.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
Don't. Even when they are acting unlawfully, you just go through the process and then make a formal complaint, a petition to the IGP or take an action.
Should they allow you to call a lawyer when they are arresting you?
Yeah, definitely. The right to counsel is always paramount in the first step of defending and ensuring that you are given a fair hearing. So your lawyer is very important. In fact, in the course of the arrest, you can say, look, let me talk to my lawyer, and they should allow you.
Okay.
Or if they don't allow you, they take you to the place. You refuse to write any statements unless you have the presence of a lawyer.
My next question is, where do you find a lawyer?
Lawyers are there. We are many. There is common to find a lawyer. In fact, you can find lawyers who are actually working with legal aid.
Okay.
So when you go there, they will give you a lawyer to do. We have lawyers who are doing pro bono cases, human rights lawyers, public interest lawyers. They are banned in the country.
But who should help? Is it the police at that point who should help you?
No, you yourself. The police can suggest to you that you need a lawyer. And at times, it's very difficult for the police to tell you that go in for a particular lawyer. Okay. Because when it does that, it means that the police may have some relationship with that lawyer. And then if you don't take care, they will end up abusing the relationship.
But not all lawyers do the same kind of things. Most of you are specialized in different areas.
Yeah, in Ghana, yes, unfortunately, we are jack of all trades, master of none. Then when you finish the training, then you decide to specialize in
something.
Okay. It's like there are some lawyers who will never do criminal cases. Some lawyers who will never catch on divorce cases. Some lawyers who will never do land cases. So it is your area. Some lawyers will be interested in more civil cases than criminal.
Okay.
And others too will be. And then even there are some judges who would not like to handle divorce cases. I know one particular judge who
why? Do you know why?
It's their belief system. I know one particular judge, when we filed a petition, he was asking us to go and pray over it. And then he was even willing to go and have all-night session with us. You know, he's a judge who...
Okay, so that's somebody who doesn't believe in divorce.
What God has
put together.
So he thinks that, look, why do you want to destroy this wonderful relationship? So she feels so strong. And there are some judges... if you people say you want divorce, the same day they will give it to you. Because they will tell you that, look, the parties before coming to court have shown that their marriage are broken down beyond reconciliation. So why do you waste their time? So there are so many factors.
How expensive are lawyers? I mean, if you want to hire a lawyer for a case and you don't know when it's going to end, it's going to drag on for. What are the terms of payment normally? Is it a one time or after the case or?
Normally, the terms of a lawyer depend upon the lawyer and the quality that he has. If you're a lawyer of, and the number of years that you have used at the bar.
Okay.
Because, for example, if you're a lawyer of 2 years standing, consultation you should take about 200 Ghana for consultation. Okay. But a lawyer who is about 10 years of the standing will be at 500 Ghana. Then normally it depends upon the chamber, you know, and some lawyers are very good in charging, very good in charging. They have no mercy. They will charge you because they believe that they want to do a good job. They also believe that, look, it costs so much in educating themselves, and society also applies so much pressure on lawyers. They are expecting certain standard. When you see a lawyer eating a chopper, you say, hey. And then when a lawyer is driving Tigo, people want to come for you. So in society, you have made lawyers' life very expensive, and then we have some lawyers who cannot charge. They can't charge.
Okay. Would these people be the human rights lawyers?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's why some of us are into it. We find it difficult.
So how do you make money then?
Some of us I have been dragged to the General Legal Council twice for failing to charge my client.
Oh, really?
Yes. That's what the lawyers, a lot of lawyers don't know. Twice.
But why would anybody want to take you on?
No, I think there is one particular Supreme Court judge who actually reprimanded me for saying that, look, you don't do that. You need to enter into a contract with the person, take proper legal fee. So they told me the next time when I come there, with this same problem of not charging your client, I felt, you know, some of us are born, when we hear people cases, when we hear cases for the poor, the passion and the commitment is more than the money. But the profession is not like that. They want you to enter into formal agreement, pay consultation fee, and some of us will rush rather to go and defend the person before we think of something small. And at times, those people you want to help will turn around against you. For twice, being a religious legal counsel, and my story was a pathetic one. And it didn't stop me. There's something that I think I'm doing, and I will continue to do.
So you haven't learned your lesson?
No, it's my passion. Helping the poor, that's been my passion for so long. So I can't stop.
Okay. Now that you bring in the administrative processes, let's talk about, once I hire you as my lawyer, what should be done?
What you need to do is that you go to the lawyer. First, you have to pay consultation fee. That's the formal way. You take receipts.
Okay.
And then you book an appointment with the lawyer. The lawyer normally looks at your case and then decide to charge you based on, we have scale of fees.
So do you draw up a contract then?
Yes, definitely there should be a contract, a legal service contract.
Okay.
Expecting out your rights and duties, the amount to be paid, and then every money taken should be receipted. And then also you must have a client account so that you can put monies that comes to you that are meant for clients into those accounts, and then you respect the relationship. you must be a lawyer who have to go to court. You must be punctual. You must work in the best interest of your client, and your client also must respect the contract. And there are so many provisions as to how you can terminate the contract. And if you fail to pay, the lawyer can hold certain money as lien. And these are issues that normally.
There are situations where lawyers have had to discontinue a certain case. If your lawyer decides at any point that I'm no more interested in this case, what can you do? Should it be spelled out in the contract?
Yeah, definitely. It should be spelled out in the contract. At what stage? What is making that lawyer not discontinue? At times the clients may not show up again in the chambers. You know, it comes with a case, and the case is dragging on for 2-3 years. Now there are so many applications that have been filed. You need to go and file a certain application to respond to them. The client is not coming, and you feel so frustrated. You go to court, and your client is not coming, and then at times you are not happy with the way they are paying you, and you are not happy with the conduct. There are some clients who are accusing you, attacking you, threatening you. Some clients threaten their lawyers.
Oh.
Yes, some clients threaten their lawyers. Some clients don't understand the frustration and the pain that lawyers go through. Look, every month lawyers.
But if you think your lawyer is not performing, what should you do?
Well, if the lawyer is not performing, change your lawyer. The right to change is a right that every client has. You can change your lawyer as many as you can. So just tell the lawyer that you're not comfortable with the lawyer. Now try and then sort out any legal fee that you ought to pay. Take your brief and go to another lawyer and let that lawyer write to your lawyer, find out whether there is peace before you continue with the matter.
Oh, okay.
Because you must always make sure that the new lawyer that you are engaging, you should be able to tell him that you have engaged another lawyer. But don't go there and destroy that lawyer. Because we are all the same people. You don't destroy one lawyer to me.
So if you don't have any case, there's no criminal matter, you don't have anything with the police, should you have a lawyer?
Oh yeah, definitely. You see, I think that everybody should have a lawyer. I'm not promoting the profession, but that's
what would you be discussing with the lawyer?
No, you see, you need a personal lawyer because you are dealing with issues of life. Everything in this world is governed by law. Everything. What you eat, what you wear, how you marry, where you marry, even how to make love is governed by law. Everything. Everything. So yes.
How you make love
you don't know how to make love governed by law. How to make love is governed by law. You see, we don't make love by heart too. The law tells you how to propose, when to propose, where to propose. And the
law only tells you where to marry.
Yes, it tells you.
Where it is legal to sign the documents.
Yes. It tells you. See,
I didn't know the law takes you to the bedroom, but
seriously, the law is interested in what you do in the bedroom. That's what we call law and sex. Bedroom. It tells you if you are not very careful, you'll be committing what you call sexual nuisance. That is where you are making too much noise in the bedroom. Mowing. Sexual nuisance.
Can you take somebody on for that?
Yes, definitely. It's not a criminal wrong, a civil wrong.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So
if you live in an apartment house or you live in it's an apartment and you think somebody is making noise at night in their bedroom, you can take them on.
Some of them, the bed make chukucha. You can. It's a serious nuisance. In fact, if you live in a compound house, you can report the matter to your landlord for landlord to resolve it. Failure to do so, you can report to AMA. Because we accuse changes of making noise. So why should the sexual intercourse lead to noise making? And some of them, the way they will go and shout and scream, are they? You see, so they're not interested in becoming all those things. And even the same thing, those who also make love in their cars. It's a criminal offense. So the law is interested in everything. Therefore, that's why we need to know our rights and know what to do and what not to do.
Okay. So if you have a normal lawyer, do you still pay the person monthly or how?
Yeah, there are arrangements. We have personal lawyers. We can have a retainership whereby you go into an agreement with the lawyer. Every month you pay the lawyer. Then others too, you can say that as and when you have a case. You see the thing. And some of them too, family lawyer. I know that's why at times you need to have a friend who is a lawyer.
Yeah.
And lawyers are very friendly. So at times you get free legal consultation and advice.
I'm guilty of that.
You know at times when you have a friend who is a doctor, you don't go to the hospital, you can call the doctor, Charlie, I feel some headache, then he'll prescribe something for you. It is the benefit. But the poor must also be bold and confident to approach those who they perceive to be high in society.
Would they listen to them?
Yes,
I mean, because some lawyers would just take on special cases. They will not listen to somebody who doesn't have money. So if you don't have money, where do you go?
Yeah, that's why God has created certain kinds of people to handle the poor.
Would they take it with all seriousness? I mean, knowing that there's no cash.
Oh yes,
involved.
Lawyers are doing a lot of pro bono cases. There are a lot of, because you come from a family. So then when you are called to the bar, remember, most of your family friends will and some cases you realize that you need to do it without even thinking about money. And that is exactly what lawyers do. And at times, the judge even can appoint you in court. Can just look, this is a criminal case, the person doesn't have a lawyer, so he will just appoint you, please handle this case for the person. And you have the obligation to do so.
Okay, let me invite others to join us in this conversation. I think is really interesting. So give us a call now, 0302-211-69102, 0302-211-69102. Give us a call and get involved. So I think the other thing that is really important, the bit about you having a lawyer, so that in case there's something happens to you, I mean, you may die. We all don't know when we will die, and should you die, your lawyer will probably have certain things on you, how you want your things will be to be regulated. I mean, if you left a will or you didn't leave a will. But let me ask this question: if I hired you as my normal lawyer, would you advise me to have a will? I mean, is it one of the things that you lawyers talk about with your clients?
It's better for you to have a will. Very important for everybody.
But you know, sometimes some of the things we say, I don't have anything, so why do I need a will?
That's the mistake we do. We do have something. And at times, you don't know. Your clothing, your mobile phone, all those things are very, very
the apartment that you live in till the rent is over. That also can also be captured.
Definitely. Okay. So you must be interested in making a will, because if you don't make it, society will make it for you. If you don't share, society will share through PNS law 111.
So how, like the making of the will, I mean, is it just a plain sheet that you say, I want this to go to this, should I die and blah, 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 and then you just sign? How is it?
There are three types of making a will. You look at the informal one, that is the samansil, the one that you make when you're about to die. And you make it. It's covered by the traditional way of making a will. Then we have the formal one. Normally, it's guided by the provisions of the Wills Act. And that one, it involves a lot of technicalities. So you must identify yourself in a will. You must let us know who will succeed you, who will be your executor, and then you must let us also know clearly those who are the beneficiary of the will.
Okay.
And then make sure that you don't create problems. Don't mention if you have so many in your family, you create problem for yourself. If it's about house, describe the house very well. It's a bank, describe the bank and the bank, and then let a lawyer always make a will for you, so that at least you'll be able to overcome the technology involved.
Okay, this is a whole subject that we have to deal with separately, because that's huge. Let me just go on the phone lines now. Let me speak to Halil. Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Yes, sir. I'm fine, thank you. Yourself?
Okay. Yeah, my question is, assuming I have a family and is involved in a case, right? And then I've also read much about the law. Maybe I'm doing a law course or something of that sort. And then the family has no money to be represented at the court through a lawyer. And I have a knowledge about maybe what is going on. So can I help?
Can you
and stand and speak for the person at the court?
Okay. Wow, that's a very important question. Let me ask our lawyer here.
You see, there are two things you can do. You can do your own case.
Oh, you can do your own case? I think you can be your own lawyer.
Yeah, but don't go and say that you're a lawyer. Don't address the court as a member of the bar. You can't address the court, but you can do your own case.
Okay, wait. I have been arrested or I have been dragged to court. I can defend myself in court. Okay. Except that not in the capacity as a lawyer. I can just say that I can tell the judge that I want to defend myself.
That's all. No, don't have a problem. And we have some elderly people who are very good at being lawyers. They are people who like litigation. They always go to the courtroom, sit down, and when they go out there and they have the case, they can defend themselves. So you can go and represent yourself. At the same time, you must get it. So with his scenario, he said he's just studying law, so he has not the capacity to go and do the case. He cannot go and address the court. He's not qualified. He doesn't call to the bar, so he can't do that.
Okay, but wait, you can defend, you can represent yourself.
Yes, definitely.
But can somebody else who is not a lawyer represent you?
No.
Okay.
No.
But if you represent yourself and then you lose the immediate case, you want to go for an appeal, can you?
Oh yeah, you can go for
in your own simple individual capacity.
That is the problem. If you know the technicalities, because going appeal involves so many technicalities. There are procedures. That's the problem. The challenge you face. The procedures involve the court language.
Okay.
Every profession has a language. You don't know the language,
Okay.
so you have a difficulty.
Let's go to Mamobi now and speak to Umaru. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for your call. Let's hear you.
How are you, madam?
I am very well, thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, I want this Maurice Sampa's number because I want to be a friend. I like him very, very much. I like the way he talk. He doesn't promote. Doesn't say something that he concerning NDC MPP. They always tell what is right to people to hear. So I want him to be my friend, and I like his number.
All right. You would have to call us right back after the program. So you call us right at 9. Thank you very much. Lots of love going out to you. So you give us a call 030221169102. I mean, let's talk about things that are related to us, things that we should know that we otherwise do not know. So let's talk about the Constitution then, because I think that's the book called the Constitution is where we can learn a lot of things from. Where can we get it?
It's there. It abounds. On your, you can download it. So those who have mobile phones, download it. If you go to the Ghana Publishing, they are there. They don't cost a lot. That book is so much. That law is so much important that it's even important than the Bible when it comes to Ghana, because Ghana is a secular word. You can't quote the Bible in court. You cannot talk about spiritual matters in court. You see, we live in a world where...
But a lot of people would disagree with you when you say that is more important than the
relatively,
Bible.
I'm talking about when it comes to Ghana. We don't use the Bible to govern us. That Ghana is not governed by the Bible, no Quran. So when you go to court and you quote the Bible, then you will look at your face. When you talk about spiritual matters. So the Constitution is the highest law of the land. It's the mother of all laws in Ghana. So I always say that when Christians say that at the mention of the name of Jesus Christ, every knee shall bow. I say at the mention of the name of the 1992 Constitution, every knee bows in Ghana.
Really?
And every tongue confess. Yes.
I disagree with you on that one.
Why? Because that is the law that when you quote, nobody can challenge you. You are governed by the Constitution.
Maybe I should just speak to George so that we close this chapter. Good morning, George.
Good morning, madam.
Yes, George. Let's hear you. Thank you for calling.
I'm a very great fan of lawyer, and I would like to meet him or maybe look up his way. And he was saying that if you have a case and somebody is having a case, you can't represent the person if you are not a lawyer.
Yes, exactly. Hello? Oh, George, I sort of lost you there. Yeah, but that's exactly what you said. If you want to represent yourself, then you can.
Yes, you see, is
it in all cases?
There are two types of representation. For example, I have a case, then I cannot go. You can go to court and say, "My Lord, I represent Rampa in your capacity as somebody who came to represent me, but not as a lawyer."
Okay.
You see, so you can represent me as a lawyer if you are not called to the bar, but you can go and represent me as somebody who have come to stand in my stead.
Okay, that's if you're absent. Then I can come and represent you.
Me.
But whatever it is that I say, would it be representative of what? I mean, would it be what you would have said? Would they take it as what you would have said?
If I've given you power of attorney,
okay,
I've given you power to represent me, then that one the court will take it serious. But if it's only me as presentation, they will not even ask you anything.
Okay.
They just on the record basis say that you were represented by A on that day, but you didn't come.
Let's hear from Emmanuel. He's joining us from Wager. Good morning, Emma.
Yes, good morning. Yes. In fact, God bless you for the wonderful job you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please, I wanted to ask lawyer in the area of ministry, like a pastor who has not been ordained. Does he have the right to baptize? Does he have the right to maybe commune? Does the law permit that pastor to baptize someone, or does the law permit that person to maybe officiate a wedding?
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I wanted to find out from.
Okay. All right. I think if you're talking about weddings, that would be different from baptism. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they have their code of ethics, and pastors ought to regulate that area of the law. So I know that if you are not ordained and you don't have a license, you need a license to.
Then you can officiate.
Yeah, officiate.
You can marry.
Yes, you can officiate a marriage, and even burial. You can do burial service. So the law, but we have this issue of the challenges that the religious bodies face. the law regulating them is the constitution. The constitution also gives them freedom of beliefs and religion. So it's a difficult area.
Yeah,
so,
but I think one of the areas where it really works is that of marriage,
Yeah,
and
marriage.
maybe the baby, because you
Yeah.
can't even get married anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't sign anywhere. There are designated places where you can officially get married.
Yes, definitely. You need a license from the Registrar General to do those things. So when it comes to marriage, you say it's a serious covenant issue.
Yeah.
So we don't want anybody trying to just go and put two people together. And then I quite remember.
But don't people do? Yeah, tell me your story.
Let's begin
You
my
always have
story.
interesting
My
stories.
father died, and then my father had no church to help in the burial. So the family have to go and pay a pastor to come and do it. I was like, wow. The pastor came there with the congregation, and the way the pastor was actually organizing the burial service, I said, money can talk. so we have pastors who also take money at times and use their license.
Some of them will not. They don't even know you from anywhere. I mean, they just get the call. They are paid, and then they are right there to bless you.
And the man came with his church members. I'm sure he didn't even give the church members any money. Came there full with the 5 million, right in the pocket. And the way he praised my father, I said, hey.
Let me speak to the very last person that we'll speak to on the phone now. Maza, good morning. Hello, Maza.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Let's talk.
Yeah. Actually, good morning, Mr. Morris.
Morning.
Yeah. Actually, I would have loved, to have your contact you personally. Because I think I have a serious case.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's about business that has to do with agreement. And I don't think maybe like the time will permit me, to do everything.
Okay, so you call us. You call us right after the program, and then we'll get you to talk to him. So redial the same number that you called. But thank you very much, and that will be the very last call that I'll pick. So let's wrap up in here. Just the highlights of what we should know in terms of.
The highlight is that every Ghanaian should be interested in law. Don't leave the study of law to lawyers. Lawyers, we don't even know the law. What we know is they teach us how to find the law. So we don't know the law. So every Ghanaian should be interested. And let's also begin to find out our rights. Everybody have a right. The right of the tenant, landlord, businessman, every relationship you go, there are rights. So let's begin to find out and let's begin to ask more of our rights, and so that we can assert ourselves very well. Citizens and a nation that have people who know their rights, that nation will prosper, because a lot of people will be law abiding, and then they also will resist oppressors' rule. And I think this is the best interest for us all to know our rights.
Okay. What I'm happy about, though, is that in the coming days, we'll be talking about things that are really related to us, things that concern us. Definitely. So more of these kind of conversations here on the AM show, definitely with the lawyer Morris Ampao. I'll come back with Roland to wrap it up, but my guest, Morris Ampao, is a lawyer. He's the president of the Legal Advocacy Foundation. Thank you. How's your foundation going anyway?
Doing well. I'm now concentrating more in the rural areas.
Okay.
I'm tired of the cities.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm now going to the rural areas and doing a lot of pro bono cases for the poor.
Nobody's paying you.
No.
Yeah, but God is blessing you.
Mama, Baba, God. It's making good for me.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Stay with us here on the AM show. 3, 2, 1. Hi.
Good morning.